Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the bbbbc, the Bubba Beard and Boothy Broadcasting Corporation. We're bringing you fun and comedy on a podcast. Bubba Beard is out there in Alabama in the USA. His counterpart Boothy is done in Scotland. If you like what you hear here, please add, rate, and subscribe to our podcast. Please come back soon. And remember, wherever you are, whoever you are, someone in Alabama and Scotland loves you. Come back often. Hey, big guy, how you doing?
Oh man, I'm doing good. It's raining out here. They, you know, the big NASCAR race at Talladega, it's happening today right now, and it's been rain delayed. So I figured I'd go ahead and podcast and get this done with.
Next one. I think they go around the circles and that. I'm not really into circles. In fact, the last circles I saw.
Speaking of circles.
Yeah, I remember those circles. Did you ever work out what they were?
What circles you talking about?
Those ones at the back of your house. Those.
I think it's a UFO.
A UFO? Well, it may have been. Yeah, it could have been, I suppose.
You know the investigators came out here.
They did? I didn't know that. That's what I was asking you about. I wasn't sure. I thought this was going to be a business meeting, but okay, we'll talk about UFOs. It's okay.
Well, this may be a business meeting, but I'm concerned about what's going on down here where them boys camp. Let me tell you something. You may not believe in UFOs, but there's 3 circles down there where the ground has been parched and burned, and there's rocks around. One of them's right here, one of them's right there, and one of them's right there. Perfectly where a UFO would land and have its landing gear down.
I saw them when I was out there, but I thought you were preparing for the Olympics myself.
No. Only thing I was preparing for is to find out. When I saw them, and we saw them together, I called the men in black right then. I called Gardendale's finest, and they laughed at me and said, this is not really something we want to deal with. So they sent some men in white out here, and the men in white said, this is probably something that the government needs to look at, wink, wink. I don't know what they meant by that, but they sent some men in black out here, and I said, right here where them boys have been camping, there's rocks piled in 3 different, and they're telling me, they're trying to tell me that it's not a UFO, that they kind of know what it is, and keeping it under wraps. And then they went wink, wink, and laughed.
And have they done anything? They just left? Have they just left?
Pretty much left me on my own.
Yeah, that's not fair, because...
And them boys been back there, right there where that could be radioactive UFO materials, them boys been right back camping in that same spot and using them places, them spots for fireplaces. That's what scares me. And I told them I think UFO landed there, and they just laughed at me and said, "You're a crazy old man."
Do you think it's linked to the fact? Remember when we were talking when I was over there. You put that crazy mask on. You frightened the life out of me. That thing with the horns and stuff. Do you think it's linked to do that? Because when I was sleeping the other day, I had a nightmare, right? Absolute nightmare. I saw that mask, and then I realised,
you go ahead and talk.
or I was thinking, that I had been taken away by aliens. Which is quite crazy. Yeah, that thing. Yeah. Yeah. That's the one. Scared the living daylights out of me. So, so I linked that crazy thing to, in my dream, you need to put your headset on so I can hear you, mister. Mr. Bubble Beard. Ah, there you are.
Now, what was you saying?
I was telling you about my dream. I had this dream that both of us were abducted by aliens. Now, I link that to the fact that you scared the shit out of me with that thing there, and told me, and you also told me when we were looking at those circles in your garden, you said to me that you had possibly been abducted by an alien.
Haven't we all?
Well,
Duh.
I haven't, but in my dream it was quite nice. What happened to you?
Well, actually, as a friend of mine, it wasn't me.
Okay.
Okay, this was a friend of mine. I would never admit to being, but a friend of mine admitted to it, and it was a strange-looking vehicle. You ever seen them strange look? It looked like sort of like one of them Scions or Scions, them boxy cars.
Oh,
It pulled up in my driveway
right.
late at night, and I can't tell if they were male or female, but they knocked on my door. I let them in. They came in, said, "Come on out to our vehicle," and I went out to the vehicle. Right. And it was a strange looking one too. It might have been a Volkswagen Jetta looking thing. I can't remember. But then I went out there, and they poked and prodded me and touched me in places, and then I don't have a memory of it. They poked, and then they told me they'd be back weekly to poke and prod me. Well, I'm a little bit, they didn't come back this past week, so I don't know what's going on. They didn't leave a telephone. I was going to call them and just see what's going on.
Yeah, I'm glad it was your friend.
Oh, I mean, a friend of mine. No, a friend of mine. That happened to a friend of mine. He told me that they poked and prodded him.
I think
it looked like they were in a Scion.
I think
a Jetta. It wasn't me.
I think the guys in white coats are coming back. You know, I think they'll be coming back after this video. So you be prepared, Bubba. You be prepared. So it leads you on to a discussion of thought, does it not? Of if you were on another planet, what would you like it to be like? I mean, what's that face for?
If I was
if you were abducted to another place, well, wait a minute. You don't actually need to be abducted to another. They might just take you into their car or something like that. You're right enough. I get it now. I get it. I was thinking abduction meant that you had to go to another planet, but you don't really. They just abduct you for a wee while and hold on to you. And I've never been touched. I don't think.
According to my friend, when that happened to him, it was quite pleasant and enjoyable. Almost he felt good when that happened to my friend. But you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that it could be an awful place when you get abducted. I think that if they take you to a different planet, my guess is something like Mississippi is where they take you. You ever heard about Mississippi?
Yeah, we've got a place.
I tell you, I love the Mississippi folk. I got lost in Mississippi one time, and I felt abducted.
We've got a place
but if
here.
you know where you're going in Mississippi, it's cool. But if you don't know where you're going, it's bad. Sort of like Jasper, Alabama. You ever been to Jasper?
No, but you've never been to Parkhead, and that's quite difficult to tell you. You don't want to be abducted in Parkhead. You'd be all green.
Do they poke and prod people?
I'm sure they do, yeah. But they'd also paint you green and white, which is pretty strange. So, yeah, you know.
Wait a second. If I come over there, I want to find out just what this poking and prodding's all about. I'll have to see that.
Experience it. Yeah. That'd be good for you.
Experience it and see it and just find out what it's all about. Are they got females working the castle? Did you say a castle?
I never mentioned the castle. Were you talking about in Edinburgh? I'm sure they have. They've got all thousands of people there.
Wherever they poke and prod, that's where I won't go.
Oh, poking and prodding. I
There's
don't.
no poking and prodding going on. That's where
I'm not sure that poking and prodding goes on in the castle. You have to email the Queen on that one.
Can I ask you a serious question
Certainly.
about UFOs? What's your belief on UFOs? And have you ever seen anything out there in Scotland? I know you've been to Alabama and we saw them weird circles, but what am I expecting to see in Scotland that's going to be weird?
Well, they say there's a hot spot in Scotland for UFOs. I've saw stuff shooting across the sky and things like that, you know, big bright lights and. I mean, people told me it was the moon and shooting stars and stuff, but no, it's not. Definitely not. Definitely not. But I haven't got a view on being abducted because I don't remember being abducted. I might be one of those abductors. I could be an alien. I'm not sure whether it's because I'm an alien that I haven't been abducted or because.
I just noticed I didn't shave and I got a wrinkled shirt. Go about your story. I'm listening.
You come on here for a business meeting, you come on here like that, and then you tell me you haven't bothered to prepare. What's that about? Oh, there goes the arm. Jesus. Oh, my goodness. So, what else you been up to this week? What did you think of the last podcast that we posted? What did you think of that last podcast that we posted?
Well, you know, I think we did pretty good since nobody really knows who we are, and so we have such loyal friends who I'm sure a lot of them watched, and I think we're closing in on 300 views for a first podcast business meeting we ever had, and I think it's probably, first of all, you continue to wearing crimson. I like that.
I got my,
I got some Scottisher shirts.
I got my, oh my goodness, I noticed as well. Did I shave today? All these...
And the other thing is, we're getting, you got olive complexion, and the crimson it's sort of like the roast with the beef. It's sort of like the steak with the tater. It's sort of like the tomato with the salad.
I like being like,
you know
Alabama.
What I'm saying?
It's
It
nice.
just enhances.
Yeah. It's nice being in Alabama. We brought a bit of Alabama home.
You know what I always think about when I think about Scotland? You know one thing I think about?
The babes.
Conway Twitty song that sings about Scotland. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. Now, what does that mean to Scottish folks?
Yeah, it means everything to them. It means thinking about the people across the water. Not the Atlantic, just across the water. It's an Irish song, in fact, I'm sure it's some kind of an Irish anthem somewhere. They play it at all the boxing matches. You know when a little Irish fella gets into the ring to go for boxing, all of a sudden they play this tune, and his name's never Danny. It's always like Johnny or Tommy or something like that. Yet they play, oh Danny boy, and I'm like, what's going on? Yeah. I guess.
Speaking of Scotland and the United Kingdom, I've been studying up on this since you came over here.
Right.
I've been studying up. Okay, the United Kingdom is like we talked about. See if I got it right.
Yep. I'll see if you've got it right.
Wales.
Yep.
Scotland.
Yep.
England.
Yep.
Kent and Liechtenstein. Correct. Am I close?
I'm not sure if Kent's in there. Kent's part of England. Liechtenstein.
Oh, I remember now.
Now
I
that's a
remember
funny
now.
place.
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh or Edinburgh.
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That. That's the five. That's the five places that make up seven places. That makes up the United Kingdom. I've been studying up on this stuff. I don't want to be a dummy when I go over yonder.
You'd be
Hey, I was
perfect.
going to ask something else, Boothy.
Yes.
You know them stone hinges right there in Scotland? Them stone hinges, they say aliens did them stone hinges.
Built them. Well, I believe the Druids built them. The Druids built them, perhaps sending messages out there. See tonight.
No. I watched it.
See tonight when you go.
I watched a documentary on the stone hinges. I watched a documentary on the stone hinges, and I educate myself.
Okay. You know.
Hold on.
You know
I
what?
educate myself. They said the aliens did that. Aliens taught them how to do that.
Oh yeah, might have taught them how to do it. Yeah, I can go with that. But you know, before you go to bed tonight, when it's really dark, go out to where the circles are, stand in the middle, and just call them in. Welcome them in. Give them a cup of tea. Give them a pot of beer or something. Drop a moonshine. We could be onto something, you know.
If it's them Boy Scouts down there messing with me, and them boys down there, they'll put me in jail for that. So I don't go down there with them boys down there. I'm sure it's the aliens. Now, if the aliens come down on them, if they land that weird-looking aircraft, whatever's making them circles, they own their own.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's about it. I'm thinking, it's late here.
I'm tired of you always saying it's late there. I'm tired!
It's time I got to bed, you're always tired. So, we'll see.
Okay.
We'll play it back and have a wee look.
Because I'm going to do what I do. Okay.
Take care, buddy.
Thanks for podcasting me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
2 peas in a pod.